Hey mathematicians! All right, last homework before our quiz on ratios. So let's get started. Brenna is saving money for college. Good idea, college is expensive. For every $7 that she puts into her checking account, she will put $2 into her savings account. All right, so I'm hearing two different units here, a checking account and a savings account. So I'm going to make my tape diagram that's going to be checkings and savings. So here's my rectangle. Label your units. That's worth a point. 7 is for the checking account. 2 is for the savings account. So I need at least 7 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for the checking account. Highlight. 2 for the savings account. All right, cool. That's not the final answer though, because it says on her last paycheck, she put $50 more. Remember that today we talked about if the word is total, you count up everything that's colored in. So you count up your highlighted boxes. If the word is more, then you count up the empty boxes. More or more than. Count the empty boxes. And we know this is empty because I didn't put a highlighter in it. Okay, so this says $50 more, so I'm counting the empty boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty boxes. I used all my space for my notes. 5 boxes makes $50. Okay, we can do that one. That makes $10 a box. Ooh, look at I put the glitter pin. It changes colors. So cool. Okay, that means $10 in each box. 10 and 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 10. Then the question says, how much money did she earn on her entire paycheck? You can figure that one out. Don't forget your dollar sign. Here we're doing another one. This isn't even a more or a total question. This is a simpler ratio. Draw me the picture. Tell me how many vowels and how many consonants. So that's 2 different answers and a picture with units. 4 things. This one is a lot of words and quite a few steps. So it is like our warm-up from this morning. It is a 3 unit ratio. We're talking about paperbacks, which are the books that have a soft cover, digital sales, which is like if you were reading on your phone or reading on like a digital reader, like a Kindle, and hardcovers, like the book you're currently reading in ELA has a hard cover. It's not soft, you can't like bend it. So you should have digital and paperback and hardcover. So you're making a ratio, not a ratio table, sorry, a tape diagram with those. 4 to 5 to 1, so cut it into 4 sections. 4 lines makes 5 sections. Color it in appropriately. This is a 308 more paperbacks than digital. So look in your empty spaces in digital, and that is 308. So then you need to answer the actual question, because I'm not asking you how much each box is worth. It says how many total copies. So once you figure out the box, count up all your highlighted boxes and multiply it times the value of the box. You need to be able to do this. There will be a question like this on the quiz tomorrow. All right, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. We did some of these yesterday. If you start at -4 and you go 4 to the negative side, because that positive and negative, that just makes a negative. 4 more to the negative side, you're going to end up at -8. Show that motion on the number line and tell me the final answer. So that's all these types right here. These are subtracting integers, and then we have some subtracting and some adding of integers. Tomorrow in our quiz, we're going to have one of each. So remember that you can always create a chart. This 14 is positive. This 35 has a minus sign in front of it. That's a negative. Choose the team that has more points. Winner minus loser. And keep the sign of the winning team. So your answer here would be -21. That's the same setup for all of these. Just remember that when you have a minus and negative, two bad things are actually good. They make a positive. And you can do the same steps when you have multiple, more than two really, integers. You're just adding them all up if they're the same value. Negative 36, that's 36 on the negative side. Positive 78 plus, a negative 78. If you see it ahead of time, maybe you could say, positive 78 and negative 78, that's going to create 78 zero pairs. Or maybe you would add them all up and say, okay, 78 for the positive side, and 8 plus 6 is 14. That's 114, but then you'd have to subtract 114 minus 78. And guess what? It's going to equal negative 36, or 36 on the negative team, which is the team that won. So just because there's more than one, or more than two, parts to your problem doesn't mean that you can't solve them in the same way.